Good morning. How's everybody? It looks like I got like a 2-second delay on this thing or something. I can't figure that out. Anyhow, I was battling with my headphones again. Oh, I hate Bluetooth. All right, we got a lot of serious stuff going on this morning. As you can tell, Lucy's just so interested in this, you know. So, I think I hear her snoring. All right. First thing up is not only is the media world, the Arab world, are learning something that you can't trust Trump's word. That he's not trustworthy. The Arabs, Qatar, Saudi Arabia is looking for another nuclear partner besides the United States. That should tell you something right off the bat. I never trusted Saudi Arabia to begin with, since I told you the story about their plane on 9/11, so, you know, only plane allowed to fly on 9/11 after the shutdown was a Saudi Arabian jet taking the prince back to Saudi Arabia because they were afraid of repercussions. Because they did have something to do with that. They financed bin Laden. And they may or may not have known about it in advance. The odds say no, because I think they would have warned us about it, or you would have seen them. There wouldn't have been any Arabs in America to be extradited on that day. They would have all left already. And when I say all of them, I mean all of them, man, because the potential for World War III was so high with that bullshit. If they could have ever proven that Saudi Arabia was involved in it, life could have gotten a lot more complicated. Although the Republicans seem to have a private deal with the Saudi Arabia, so I'm not sure how that would have worked out. All right, you know about Jimmy Kimmel? Probably gone. I don't know. There's only one way to fight that. Okay, there's only that you can sit there and yell and protest and do everything you want, but you have to really decide that you want to do something about that. And if that's true, the only way to do it is to boycott ABC products and Disney products. That means stop going to Disney World, Disneyland, buying their videos, cancel the Disney Channel, all that stuff. And I can see everybody going, oh, fuck no, we can't do that. It's an American institution. Well, it's an American institution that does not follow American ideals right at the moment. So until you can convince them to do otherwise, I say that's the only thing you can do. It's not something you can wish to happen. You know, they're not going to change their minds. They're a big conglomerate dependent upon politics. Okay? They piss off Trump, to get DeSantis involved, there goes Disney World. You know? I don't know how many people can afford to go there now anyhow, because I went one time and I was, of course I'm not, we went with my grandkids, so we ended up going to Fantasyland, or whatever they call it, you know, and that was okay. Nice fireworks display at night and a couple of nice shows during the day, but wasn't anything I wanted to see, you know, 2 or 3 wow, I just wrote this and I can't read it. At least 3 other countries. Oh, okay, I got it. It's the next story up. So anyhow, that's the way you got to do it. I mean, who cares? You know, I mean, you know, I stopped watching cartoons when they took Coyote and Roadrunner down. So I don't watch much of Disney. I don't have the Disney Channel, even though I have grandkids. They don't watch that. They watch the Cartoon Network. Something with a pig on it, you know. That's their favorite, you know. Or they watch the older ones watch Teen Titans a little bit. Otherwise, they don't watch any of it. They're into, as soon as they're old. Kids down here, as soon as they're old enough, tend to go to watching soccer, picking a soccer team, and then watching it whenever they can. I guess. Oh. I had a message, a commentary from one of my friends, one of my followers this morning. I'm assuming it's a human being. I don't know. It's the writing is especially good, so it could be a chatbot that's doing this. I have to investigate that. But anyhow, he did know who George Orwell was. Now, George Orwell is an author. I'm not sure what he wrote, anything else he wrote, but I do know he wrote 1984, which is something similar to which describes a situation in the world similar to what's going on now. Doesn't tell you how to get rid of it. Just tells you what you could possibly experience under Donald Trump. Now, if you haven't read this book, it's banned in a lot of places. It's banned in Florida, in the schools in Florida. And I told any kid in Florida should go out and buy that book and read it. It might be a little difficult to read, depending on which version you get. There's a pure, like American-style English version, and there's the older English version of it, and that's the one I read. I read the original. I had it for a long time, a couple of moves, and it fell apart, So I don't have it anymore. Kind of pisses me off that I don't have that one anymore. I may have to order another one so that my family can read it. It is a scary book at times, but it's what's going to happen. It's happening. I mean, whether you like it or not, it's happening. So, to my friend, go out and get a copy of it if you can find it. If you have a Kindle, it's available on Kindle. I know that because I have it in my Kindle library. I might read that again tonight. Let's see what happens. Now you read the story. There's an article there's a piece on the front page, headline page of CNN that I get in the mail every morning. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, folks. That's my home page. And it's talking about the intel experts still aren't sure whether the Russia's drone incursion into Poland was an accident or not. Well, he's done it to 3 other countries. So if you think it's an accident, then you should go for a rectal exam in the head. You know what I'm saying? Get your head out your ass. God, that's so stupid. They're doing it, My post today about that was, I really hope that when they start doing it to Alaska and Florida, that we have the balls to shoot those things down. Not just go up and identify them as being Russia. Blow their asses out of the sky and send a message to Putin. You're next. You know what I mean? Because this is just such bullshit that you can't. And then, please, if that article is the current opinion of our intelligence agencies, then we have a serious problem, And Trump kissing Putin's ass is going to cause us more problems than we can possibly handle, okay? So, when you're looking for the Orwell book, you might want to pick up a Russian language textbook, because things are going to get a little hairy around here. If things keep going the way they're going. And of course, I won't be there for it, so it's okay. Like I said, I've only got a few years left. When you get near to 80, anything you get after 80 is a bonus point, man. And in my family, anything after 61 was a bonus point. So I've done pretty good for myself, I think. I get days like today where it's hard to breathe. It becomes somewhat of a, I don't know, a contest. But that's just sometimes the way I sit. My belt's too tight. Oh, God. Doesn't affect my yawning, though. Good God. And I slept good last night. You know, yawning isn't a sign of so much being tired as is a lack of oxygen. So, must be a lot of closed windows in the house today. I'll have to go take a look when I get off the screen with you guys, you know. So you've got 3 other incursions going on with drones. Estonia, I believe, is the last one. And then you have the Arab world and the media suddenly realizing that you can't trust Donald Trump. The Arab world is... I'm surprised that they're just discovering that fact. Either that or they just want to hedge their bets because they don't think that the United States can stand up to Russia. And that they're going to follow through on their... They're not going to allow any other country to get to nuclear weapons so that they can, you know, other than the ones that have it now. They wouldn't give it to Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia asked for it. I'm surprised that Saudi Arabia, with the amount of money they have, haven't just gone out and bought a nuclear arsenal off of somebody, you know. I don't understand that one at all. But said they don't, you know, the thing about nuclear weapons is they don't want nuclear weapons to be used in that part of the world because it will destroy the all the oil fields in that area of the world. You won't be able to use oil. It will cause a massive depression and somewhat of an extinction type event in the world. So they're a little careful over there. But you pissed off the Saudis. Now you gotta. They've had these secret agreements with especially the Republicans for so long, and then you go out and you piss them off. Donald's just, you know, he's got to learn that he doesn't control anything, you know. Now his people are the ones that are doing a lot of this stuff, but so you're not going to get rid of them it's going to be hard to get rid of them in an election type situation. So here's the deal, folks. You have the most powerful force in the world at your disposal. That is you. You are some of them. The American people are the most powerful people on the fucking planet. All they need to do is start talking. All they need to do is start doing stuff like I said, you know, boycott Disney and ABC and a couple of the other companies that are involved in it. Anything that Disneyland owns, don't buy or use as much as possible. That's how you're gonna hurt the Republicans, is when you start going after the things that they make money off of. You know, like Bitcoin. Trump's into meme coins. All right, let's destroy the meme coin industry. Let's devalue his meme. M-E-M-E, I think it is. So if I'm pronouncing it wrong, I'm really sorry. But me sounds good for him, you know. But that's the only way you're going to bring them down. They don't listen to anything. They don't listen to words. They're numbers people. So long as the numbers are still going into their bank account, they don't give a shit. All right? Politicians never gave a shit about everybody. So, you know, they cared about those people that could help them gain more political clout or, you know, whatever. You know, that's Trump. He don't give a shit about anybody unless he can get some power out of the deal, you know? And he's going to find out that England, you know, just didn't even kiss his ass. They just played with him. You know, people are learning how to play with him. Impress him with some sort of display of what he might think of as loyalty or what have you. And you'll find out, you know, that first of all, he's not loyal to anybody except his bank account. So to expect to show what you put is perceived as loyalty by him, and then not get any back. Ask Qatar about that. He promised him he would protect him, and he didn't do jack shit. He's a dangerous man because he lies so much, people. That's the biggest part of it. Is he's just such a bullshit artist, People used to say I was a bullshit artist. I said on my best day I couldn't compete with him. Nope, couldn't do it. Alright, listen, I'm tired. I got a lot of stuff to do today. I was working on this carving, and I had problems. I couldn't do it because my saw broke, and then I started doing it without the saw, and now I'm just going to go to a different pattern. This is just isn't working out for me right now. So anyhow, don't forget that little subscribe button in the bottom of my video here, okay? And you can subscribe. I'm going to have something come up on the screen, annoying. I know everybody annoys it. But I got to try something now to try and boost me up a little bit, because I haven't got any money. So whatever I can do for free, you know what I mean? I'm cheap. Alright, I got to go do some stuff. So subscribe to my videos. You'll get a notification when the new video's up. That's another annoying thing. You can just cancel anytime you want. All right. I don't want you to cancel. But I do my best to try and offend people. But if I don't quite get to that point with you, Okay, so we will talk tomorrow. Tomorrow's Saturday. We'll do the pro football thing tomorrow. Okay? Give you the Sunday games. I'm not going to be here Sunday. I just, there's not, the part of the problem with Sunday is that there's not enough information coming to me on Sunday. My newsletters don't contain anything new, so if I don't get to you, don't discuss it on Saturdays, I probably won't get to discuss it until Monday. Alright, so anyhow, have a great day. It's a beautiful, hot, sunny day down here. But, hope the weather's nice, everything like that. It's Friday night, don't get too drunk. Get laid if you can, whatever. I'll talk to you tomorrow.